Yes. Back again. JN's back again. The JNN is back again. Coffee Break with JN is back again. And that's right, you're soaking in it. What a little East Coast swing. Coffee Break with JN and his caffeines. You know who you are, caffeines going off. Not too hard. Not too soft. Well, hello, guys. Welcome back to Coffee Break with JN. I am your breaker buddy, JN. Let me clear the boards. Guys, welcome back. Welcome back. You may have been led into the group by your good friend Kenny Bunkport. You know Mr. Bunkport. It is officially summer. Well, maybe in a couple of days. But you know, your boy had to show out, had to stun on him. Back for the summertime, Mr. Bunkport reporting for duty. Well, hello. Well, hello. Hey, we got some new people in the building, but I always see a whole lot of superstars up in the building. Yo, look at all these new faces. I hope y'all stay around. It's time for a roll call. You know what we do? Roll call. This is like I like this. This is like a now we don't know all of our Marvel made up things like the Eye of Agamotto and the crystal. What's Juggernaut's thing like the whatever like that has his helmet enchanted and stuck to his head? Isn't it like the crystal something of Shaka Khan? What is that? I feel like I have that going on in the background. Yo, let's see who's in the building. That's right. I call Shogun. Tells them, don't forget to like and subscribe. That's right, you guys. You're watching this Coffee Break with JNN. I mess up. Coffee Break with JN on the JNN Jamar Nicholas Network. That's a whole myriad of internet programming, you guys. Pencil to Pencil, which this channel we're currently streaming on, or if you're watching on Facebook, maybe my personal Facebook, if you happen to be a friendo of mine, or maybe the Pencil to Pencil Facebook page, or even the tubes of you. We come from many directions, Foz. But all roads lead to Jamar Nicholas. So hello. That's right. Tell him, Shogun. Do not forget to like and subscribe. I see a lot of bodies up in this chat. You please hit the thumbs. I know you're having a great time. Thumbs us up. Let's beat the weak, attack the whack, attack the algorithm, rage against the machine, and hit the thumbs up. Why don't you? All right, let's see who else is in here. I see Nakota. Instead of liking and subscribing, why don't we tolerate and lurk? Let's see who else is. Yo, Ronaldo. Shout out to my boy Ronaldo. Yo, you know what it is. We're going to talk about hose taste tonight. I'm very in my Gen X bag tonight because I've been seeing a couple of reels, you guys, and it's kind of triggered me. There's a lot of pushback against Generation X these days in these our internets, you guys. We're going to discuss it because we all know this is the Gen X hour, the gray beard hour. So thank you for that, Ronaldo. I see you. We sometimes we ask them out in these streets, yo, how the hose taste? Good to see you, Ronaldo. Let's see who else is in here. Check it in. I see Duke, Yo Joe. Yo, it's Yo Joe June, so that means it's Duke's month. Like and subscribe is the name of my urban fantasy shapeshifter YA series. That's pretty funny. Who else is up in here? I see Bill. What up, Bill? Hello. Well, hello. Good to see you, my friend. All right. Heroes Con is going on already, or people kind of migrating in? It's like the beginning of Love Boat when you see all the celebrity like in the little porthole. Love, exciting and new. And then the guy turns around. It's like John Ritter. We should do that for coffee break. Ronaldo. Yes. Good to see you, Bill. We're going to talk a little bit about comic book conventions. Who else is up in here? Yo, George Gant. What up, George Gant? Good to see you, brother. Hello, hello. And now I feel bad. I feel like, is this like the anti-Heroes Con stream? Because the show starts tomorrow, right? Or is it today? That's right. Group is a session. Yo, Paul Pate, what up, Paul Pate? I see Paul Pate in the building. We got some new blood in here. Well, hello, Joseph Kahundras. Wow, coffee break with JN. Yes, it's a thing. So far, this is pretty neat. Yes, it only gets neater, my friend. I'm a relatively recent retired guy that can draw to my heart's content. I hope to see more of this stuff. Oh, there's so much. There's so much more. Welcome to the channel. How did you stumble across this? Hello, welcome. You guys, welcome. Give Joseph a hearty caffeine welcome. We're very welcoming here in this group. Yo, Trey, what up, Trey? Good to see you, Trey. Well, hello. You know the greeting. Reginald Douglas. Well, hello. Hello, a lot of new people showing up. I like it. Trey, good to see you again. I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, look at that. Look at the love. Shaka, shaka, shaka Khan, shaka Khan. No, whatever, there's like some sort of like spirit or some sort of like, I know it's like a not the Crimson Bands of Cider Rock. That's Doctor Strange's joint. I know there's a Juggernaut thing. Yes, the Gym of Cider Rock. I knew that. I knew it was something. You knew what I was talking about. That's right. Ronaldo is a connoisseur of hose water. I feel, I taste traces of lead. Oh, what a good year, 1979. Yo, stop the presses. Carlos is in the building. Chip, what up, Carlos? Yo, I think it's somebody's birthday's coming up. Yo, happy Rib King Day early. Let's give a sip of coffee for my man Carlos. First sip of the night. You know, I keep telling y'all, my man Carlos is one of my homie Stromy Rice-A-Ronies. Guys, first sip. Get your sippers up. Let me find my graphic. We drinking out of the Master of Snipe Go 13 mug tonight. That's such a dope image. Rest in peace, Saito-san. Golden. And if you've never watched Golgo 13 or heard of Golgo 13, what is wrong with you? Somehow we were just talking, yeah, look at that, Carlos. And as I tell you guys all the time, is that if you're familiar with my Leon books, that Leon's best bud Carlos is actually this Carlos. And ever since I've known Carlos, and poor Carlos has always been drawn in my cartoons. And that's always been one of my like things that I've always done ever since, even when I was a kid. I used to draw my friends, and I always draw. And you know, sometimes real people are more interesting than something you made up. But the Carlos in my Leon books is not exactly Carlos Cheap. He's Carlos Crunk. But it even it was just a little bit different. Carlos is an artist, but he's not a cartoonist. But in my Leon series, Carlos Crunk is very serious about becoming a professional comic book artist. So you'll get to see more about that in Worst Friends Forever. That's right, Worst Friends Forever. You'll hear all about that later. Yeah, look at all these new faces. So somebody just said something about, Paul Pate says, I can never remember what generation I'm from. And somebody said, dear dum dum. Are you ready? Dear dum dum. You can't tell us what to do. Bow down to the master. Break it down. I don't want to get it straight. I just saw this thing. Degenerate. I just saw this thing where I think it was old, but these kids were getting in trouble at school for crotch chopping. Talk about us getting old. That was like the bane of school. Boys running around like doing this. It was so good. It was so funny. We got 2 words for you. If you can't tell me that pro wrestling isn't the best thing ever invented, man, what are you even talking about? And it was even on the news, like, we can't stop these boys from crotch shopping. Now it's all skibbity Riz, Ohio Riz, skibbity toilet. So it's always something. so, let's talk about our generations. Yo, ho, Matt. Hello, what's up, Matt Waringo of the Waringo dynasty, brother to our dear departed colleague and brother, Mike Waringo. Matt is truly family. Where's Suze at? I summoned you, Suze. Hello, Suze. Suze gets all the love. Everybody knows Suze is the queen of coffee break, and also my producer, if she deems it so. If you ain't down with that, I got 2 words for you. People get mad hype when you start doing the Generation X stuff. And I just saw, I don't know, I kind of got on this thing where all these like reels of like wrestling stuff. I see a little bit of wrestling stuff, and it was like old footage from when DX was still around. This was just kind of like Triple H and Shawn Michaels, that show, and it kind of went. It was almost on. It was probably way over jumping the shark, but that's when they had like the X glow sticks, and they had tanks and all this kind of craziness. And there was a fan cam of this some dude in like the nosebleeds, like holding his phone, and the baseline drops, and he's like, "Let's go, let's go!" He was so hyped. And wrestling's one of those things that you have to. That's more fun if you watch it with a group. So back in the was it like the beginning of the I guess the Attitude Era? You would say the Monday Night Wars in wrestling, when WWF and WCW were feuding, and Monday Nitro and WWF Raw were on at the same time. And this was like what made it so hot was the new world order. And I was still back at the colleges, and this was huge across college campuses, that they would have nitro parties, right? And they would fill the commuter dorms or the lounges, and people then they would just watch wrestling and just bug out and like suplex each other through the Sins is Up furniture. Get the tables. That's funny. So, but also you guys should know, and I don't want to lose half the crowd because I'm talking about wrestling. As you know, I'm a Philadelphian in good standing, and also a John enthusiast. I was at the ECW arena. Oh my God. You guys. My buddy Jason, my wrestling buddy, and we used to go to the matches all the time together, just had this thought this afternoon. ECW closed almost 25 years ago. We are old. We are old. But all that stuff that kind of begat all the other stuff that is wrestling now, a lot of it came from ECW. So my man Rob Van Dam, Taz, all those Sabu jumped a few tables, even in the Weezer song New Jack, throwing grunge through a press table, all of that stuff. I think it's both. That's right. I'm a John enthusiast. I do like a good John pause. So, but anywho, talking about generations, if I should probably just pull this up, but I believe a strong Generation X is 1960, 67 to 1980. I think that is Generation X. Then I guess millennials are 80. It doesn't sound right, does it? Like 80 to like the 90s. Wow, that doesn't sound right. Somebody look it up. Right, it is both too. Because it seems like there's more Gen X time between all these other eras. And also to the point, shout out to my millennials. Millennials are old, y'all. I got millennial buddies that are in their 40s. So millennial, like some people still say, oh, those millennials, they took all the bread out of the store. That stuff is old. I mean, they're old now. Yes, thank you, Bill. 81 and later is millennial. Thank you, Trey. Millennials 81 and 96. So I guess then, wow. So even like 9/11 babies, they're like generation Z. Is that it? Because we're on generation Alpha now, right? That was close. So Trey says I'm millennial and I'm 30. Yeah, see, because you fall right into that pocket. You're like a 90s aught baby, right? Yeah, Gen Z is after millennials. So I would assume that millennials are 97 to maybe like 2000. No, so like maybe 2010, right? And then maybe Generation Alpha is 2011 to now. Yeah, so Duke says Generation Z is 97. It was 97 to 2012, and Gen Alpha is 13 to now. Billy Bob for 2001. That's what's up. Yeah, I don't think there was a Generation Y. I think millennials are Generation Y. I think that's how that works. Yeah, George says I'm 41 and considered an elder millennial. Yeah, so like when people still like say stuff like, yeah, those millennials. Millennials ain't young anymore, y'all. No disrespect to my man George. That's right. See, yes, exactly. Millennial is Gen Y. They just didn't call it that. So here we are, you guys, and this is kind of what I wanted to get in today because I know what I'm doing, you guys, when I do this program. And somebody said I look good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, how do you think I feel? Um, Dakota says, I feel like if there was a Gen Y, we'd have a bunch of Gen Y. Won't you stop asking why headline? Yeah, they just said millennial. Gen X, I'm gonna give it to you. Oh, okay, Paul Pate with the word. Oh, you guys are talking faster than I can click it. Paul Pate says millennials, also known as Gen Y, echo boomers, and digital natives, were born from approximately 1977 to 95. What? 1977. So, so wait. So what I've always heard that Gen X stopped in 80, but Paul Pate says this is 97. Echo boomer. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, Reed. Have you ever seen those old SNL skits where they would do Regis and Kelly Ripa, and Kelly Ripa was like so young she never knew what Regis was talking about. And Regis would say things like, "He reminds me of a young Wendell Wilkie," and she would go, "I don't know who that is, Regis. I don't know what that means, Reed." That's crazy, Paul Pate. That's right. Echo Boomer, get off my lawn. Roger, Roger. Somebody needs to somebody needs to make that happen. Well, that makes sense. Probably figuring that Gen Y is the echo, i.e., the children of baby boomers. I guess that would make sense, wouldn't it? That's right. The internet is never defeated. He's good, bro. He stays off these internets. So okay, let me get into it. So what I just saw that was really triggering is, did you know? Because I try to keep my ear to the streets. I try to make sure that I stay current. And I think the last coffee break we talked a lot about Skibbity Toilet and Sigma and all that stuff. I'm not going to really attack language, but the Gen Alphas are starting to push back because they don't understand us Generation X people. Um, I just saw this. I one channel I follow, like one Instagram thing I follow, is like old hip hop stuff, and they just show these little like excerpts of videos. And they showed a clip from an old Third Base video. Shout out to MC Search and Pete Nice. And Search has on. You remember the butter? He had on a buttery smooth shearling. a big. It was almost like the Sherlings weren't like a trench coat, but they were giant overcoats with like the fur collar. And the comments were crazy, y'all. The comments were like, "Why is he wearing a woman's coat?" And people were like, "What? The Sherlings were those were dope." Also, another place you'd find a buttery smooth Sherling is the cover of the first Boys to Men album. Shout out to Boys to Men, went to high school with them. All four, there's four of them. All four of the Boys and Men dudes are standing in the park where matches Shirley's with the African canes. Man, Gen X will never be defeated. So first, that kind of got my hackles up, and I'm like, what? So now they're like they don't understand what we were doing back then. Also, so this is what I was going to get to. You ready for this? You know what will identify you as not of their generation? If you wear scrunchy socks or low socks or crew socks, because you got to wear high socks now. And they're like, oh, you must be a millennial because you ain't wearing like full tube socks, and you'll get roasted around kids if you got on like I don't even think no look socks. I don't think like your socks got to be up to your knee now. That's where we're at in these streets. How dare they? How dare they crap on Gen X? We know we raised them. Um, but anyway, what do you guys think? Oh hell no! So people were like, "I was in the high socks war. I'm not going back. Too many people died for your right to wear low socks. I'm not going back to high socks." Skinny jeans are over, Ronaldo. They going back to Jinkos. The skinny jean thing is done. Dakota says, "How do you expect me to wear my socks with those garters without my garters?" Duke says, "Shirley's have always screamed Wild West to me for some reason, not exclusive to Ginger Doe." That's very true. But also, we're thinking about the New Jack City leather duster. Remember, like the Young Guns duster. The that was the drug dealer trench coat. That was big. One of our in my crew, Carlos is still here. What was that deep cover where Jeff Goldblum turned heel in the middle of the movie? Was wearing a leather trench coat. David, you shouldn't have done that. I did. Get in the van. All right, I gotta read some of these comments. See, I got y'all triggered. That's what I was looking for. What up, Billy Bob? I didn't say hello to you. Hello, good friend. Billy Bob says, "I think a misconception of the younger generation is that we care." Yes. Sue says, "Yes, Ronaldo. I wore tube socks on my knees in the 70s and early 80s. Never again. We're not going back." Billy Bob says, "Those articles about Gen Z is canceling skinny jeans. What I've seen from my generation is a lot of style exploration. Everyone is a different thing." That's very true. I will say, maybe if you're Billy Bob, I missed it. What generation are you in? If even that, and I'll skip the generations and I'll say, if you think about kind of like the revolving door of fashion, because Jan likes to, what I mean, try to keep it crispy. I follow this stuff. Well, even in hip hop, where early hip hop was very like the death of disco, and like even like Melly Mel and those guys were like, they were wearing like Village People stuff, and there was kind of like it was mixed in with like punk, and people wore like kind of like studded leather neck like chokers and like what I mean, like arm, like it was like Kiss and disco and the Village People, and there wasn't a thing until it started turning more like I don't know, like LL Cool J, like a tracksuit and a gold chain and a hat, and then Run DMC kind of took a street again. They kind of dressed gangster style with like the all leather. It was one of my favorite pictures. Is Run DMC? It's like a black and white one, and they're all wearing like I think they're wearing like the leather blazers and the leather gloves, and they're just like They just looking like they're gonna murder you. It's such a tough picture, tougher than leather. To anyway, let me push this across. So back when we were in the '90s, like the '80s started coming back, and then we were in the aughts, and the '90s started coming back. But I think once we crossed the bridge of the, and then also shiny suits in like the Y2K, everything was silver. We got past that, and then people just started doing their own thing. I'm going with Billy Bob. And I think since then there hasn't really been like everybody looks like this. I mean, in the hood, it's still kind of like that, but for the most part, like, oh, that kid has an afro, or that kid does this, or this kid does that, and I'm with you on that. I like that. Paul Pate says he's throwing his cards in. I'm dressing like a cowboy. Do your thing. I love it. Trey says I'm gonna go back for y'all because I love tube sauce. We're bringing it back. Yo, El Jamal, El Boogie's in the building. Yo, we just started. It's too early for a coffee check. I'll do a coffee check just for you, man. I don't know those Jack Tripper YMCA short. Unsure, but I know that was a thing. That was like a big thing. The college girls were wearing like the what do you call it, like not basketball shorts, kind of like no, what do you call those? I guess they're kind of like. But so when you think of gym shorts, you think of what I heard is also a slur. Uh, remember how we talk about for some reason like you can't wear like women don't like dudes wearing cargo shorts for some reason. But then there's also a pushback against if you dress in Adam Sandler shorts, which are basically long basketball shorts, which is also not a good look apparently. Uh, Uh, yo, my man Mark, what up, Missile Kisses? Shout out to Mark Manley, Sergio Tacchini. Yo, I need a sweet Sergio Tacchini tracksuit. Y'all know I like a nice track jacket. I can't do the pants, but I'll do the jacket. Good to see you, brother. Billy Bob says, I don't speak for everyone of my generation, of course, but I think a lot of us are pushing for people to just do what they want. I like it. All the core outfits are evidence of that, I think. Yeah. And also, I follow a couple of these like intense Instagram street fashion bloggers where it's just I don't even know what they're talking about. They're like, "Yeah, what's the fit? Yo, the diamond Sergio bikini, ka-ching, 5,000. Yo, the pants, you know what I'm saying? Those are thrift. You know what I mean? Kept it humble, ka-ching. Uh, I got these vampire teeth from Lestat, 5,000, ka-ching. But yeah, I believe, do what you want. Like, look at me. You know what I'm saying? I can't be duplicated. I went to the dentist today, and one of the dental techs was like, "Oh, Mr. Jamar, you look comfortable." I was like, "Don't you know? Every day I try to I try to treat it like I'm on vacation. Let's go." Dakota says, I used to piss off the high school idiots who cared about things because I never wore the same style of clothes consistently. Huh, that's interesting. So you kind of dress for the mood versus being in a scene. That's really interesting. They couldn't box me up and it vexed them. Yes. Oh, you should have done that. I did. Get in the van. Oh, you should have done that. I love it. That's right. Fit check. Bucket hat check. All day. You love it. All right. So the brother El Jamal, you know El Jamal, who's part of the Tiamat. If you know your Dungeons and Dragons monsters, the Tiamat, the five-headed dragon of Jamals and Jamars. There's come on, you guys, do it. There's Jamar Nicholas, El Jamal Walton, Jamal Flores, Jamal Eigel, Jamal Campbell, Gamal Hennessy, the super attorney. Come on, we keep it moving. And it's always funny to me, like over the time that people who've never met, like, I don't know, people that look like me, and they go, "Your name's so interesting." I'm like, "I know 1,000 people named me. You need to get out more." All right, you guys. So it's time for a coffee check. Here are the rules of engagement. I have a cup of coffee. I've been slowly drinking as this program is going on. I have 4 levels. I have a full mug. I have 75%. I have 50%. I have 25%. If you put in the chat how much coffee you think I have in my mug at this point in the program, um, and they can also be off. So if it's like 25 or below, or like it's got to be in a range, but let's try to keep it in between those 4 things. Because I mean, I don't have a measuring John. I'm not a rocket scientist, but if you guess as closely as to what I think is in the cup, I will send you a Nah John prize and maybe something else tonight if I don't run out of time 'cause I'm talking too much. So go ahead, put those things in the chat. Let's see what you got. All right. That's right. All right, that's right. The King Ghidorah. We read now, Duke. We went to Tiamat because King Ghidorah only have 3 heads. Pause. That's right. Roll for initiative. Mark, you never played D&D with me, have you? All right. Trey starts it off strong. 75. Yes. Duke says 50. What's the word? Thunderbird. What's the price? 50 twice. Dakota 45.78. All right. Jamal's paid attention. He said 50 minus the 3 sips you just took. What? I call Shogun skibbity percent. I think he skibbity Ohio. I know. I do need to get. I need to get that. Mark says the cup is reverberating around 25. He's got the sonar drum. Paul Pate says 31.26%, more or less. Billy Bob. Oh, Billy Bob, I just put your John in the mail. So guess right last time. So I'm saying you can play again. It's cool. Ronaldo said just enough to keep the party going. Ew, Josh. Hello, Josh. Good to see you. The coffee is about 35% or something around there. Does backwash count? We just take straight sips. You know what I mean? There's nothing sliding back. Pause. Matt says 30%. Okay. Did I get Paul Pate 31.26 or less? Oh, almost did it. George Gant says 50. Really? I've been drinking on this for like 45 minutes. All right, you guys, you ready? You're not going to like this, you guys. I say I'm at 20%. That's right, 20. If anybody has, it might be like 22. So whoever got 25 or less or something like that, you get a Nah John prize. So let's see. Anybody get around 20 something? Oh, hold on. I don't see anybody. Did anybody get? Yeah, I've been drinking this for a while. I gotta slow down. Yeah, man. So I don't know. I don't think anybody got. Oh, hold on, Mark. You said around 25%. I think Mark got it. And you know what? I'm gonna give one to Shogun too because he said skibbity. So Mark and Shogun are winning tonight. Good job, you guys. It's that 20 twin. No, Mark, I'll give it to you. Yeah, Mark will get. I'll give it to Mark, and I'll give it to Shogun because Skibbity made me laugh. That's that 20 twin. Come on, Jamal. Don't be sensitive. This is good. It's good stuff. All right, you guys. Now here's the thing with the non Jones. You gotta remind me because I'm gonna forget. So just like later, just hit me up, LJ, and don't forget, because I'm out here, cousin. I got a lot going on. I be forgetting stuff, but not because I don't want to. I just be forgetting. All right. So good job, guys. That was always fun. Thank you, El Jamal, for pulling out a coffee check, and we'll go on with our scheduled programming. That's right. Good job. All right. Oh no. Well, it is what it is. All right, you guys. All right, so we kind of digested the fact that the Gen Zs don't get us, right? They're like, yo, why y'all? What you mean you didn't just like have like water bottles? No, they had water bottles back when we were kids. I mean, they came up maybe like, when did water bottles start being a thing? Like maybe in the late '80s, but that stuff didn't always exist. I mean, you might have had a jug of water, but people didn't buy jugs of water because you get water out the thing, right? You get water from the from the hose. Yeah, I mean, that's how we did things back then. And tell him, Ronaldo, respect the hose. But some things that I think Gen Z are really missing out on. Any heartbreak. Yes, water fountains. Water fountain in the middle of a crusty park. You just go right up to it. El Boogie says, "Who needs water bottles when you have water hose?" Yes, everybody. You just in random people's yards, and then you wouldn't even just like midstream just pass it to your man. Y'all just taking huge hits off of the garden hose. Yeah. Well, it's true, Ronaldo. Billy Bob says, "Going to be a stereotypical Gen Z, but I can't imagine going anywhere without a water bottle." Right? You didn't have a Yeti. You didn't even really like carry water. That's another thing with us. It's kind of like I can't remember if it was, I don't know, somebody looking forward or back, but it was like, why are y'all so thirsty in the future? I think it was like somebody that went to the future. It's like, what's with all the water bottles? Why y'all so dehydrated? Like you going out the house with the big Stanley cup, and you got the Yeti, or you got like the. Why are you so thirsty, y'all? We just went to the water fountain. Even at school, even at like the schools that I visit now, they don't have like press it. The water comes up. They have a thing you put your water bottle in, and I mean it fills the John. Just taking cool hits with that hot sun hose water. Mark says we had that straight gingivitis and fluoride fountain. Yeah. Yeah, and then they talk about, and this is one that was funny because remember when they started talking about, what is it, BEP, or is it BPA, whatever the compound of a plastic water bottle, and they're like, "Oh, how long's that case of water been sitting in your trunk?" I don't know. It's been in there for like a couple months. Don't drink that. What do you mean don't drink it? It could be full of like spiders or some shit. Like apparently it all goes bad after a while, and you can't drink from this plastic. I'm just like, come on, y'all killing me. Don't you know where we came from? Oh man, I gotta hear that. You down with BPA? Yeah, you know me. That's right. Dakota says, get your water fountain drink, then pay your dime to make a call. Ronaldo says, my parents' hose was so rusty. Ah, I didn't know that it started all silver and gold. Silver and gold. Silver and gold. Okay. I was in the dollar store this afternoon. I went to the dentist, and then to make myself feel better, I went to the I'm sorry, $1.25 store. And I was looking around. I needed envelopes, and at the dollar store you can get a nice little 2 pack of little padded envelopes for my Patreon supporters. That's you. You know who you are, Patreon supporters, my Patronuses. I have stuff to mail, and I ran out of envelopes, and that's one of my excuses why stuff hasn't gone out. So let me go in here, and I just started shopping. I was like, first they reconfigured I don't know if it's. I think ours is a Dollar Tree. There's like Dollar General, Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, something like that. And they kind of last time I was in there, I mean, they don't have anything anyway. Like one, a couple times they've been closed because they ran out of like they don't have any bags, so they're like, you just got to carry it out of here, yo. Then the next time the credit card machine didn't work, and then the next time nobody came to work. So this time I went in there, and there's always stuff in the middle of the floor. No knock. I'm sure it's like one person working there. You can't stock and run the register at the same time. But they reconfigured everything. So it's almost like everything's like really long aisles, probably to make sure y'all ain't stealing. And I can see you. Yo, I see you. What you doing? But they have a craft aisle. And there's like a lot of cool stuff in there. I was like, oh, look at this. They have like wood glue paws and like little like stickers and little things. And I was like, I'm in the jar like, ah, I'm putting stuff in my basket. I was enjoying myself. And then I had to kind of stop, like, whoa, how much stuff am I putting in here? But right, me employee, yes. Right? Yeah, Ronaldo knows what's up. 100% where I get my padded envelopes. Yes. $1.25. I like a couple bucks store, yeah. It's very interesting there. And I've seen some videos of like wilding out fights in the Dollar Tree. Just because it's like I get it, but it's like, people coming in with just like real bad attitudes. I'm like, just buy your Mike and Ice and get out. Why you gotta make up? Anyway, I digress. So I found some things today, you guys, and I had to buy it because I had to bring it onto the show. And the two people that won their Nod-Johns are going to get one of these along with your Nod-John because I don't need to keep these, but I think you need to keep these. This is straight Gen X material. I don't know if you're ready. You ready? It's color forms. Are you kidding? Yo. Well, first off, if you never had color forms, if you're not a 70s, 80s baby, man, you're missing out. And these aren't even yeah, right. Are you kidding? Yo, Duke can't believe it. I ain't seen color forms in a minute. And I'm usually that person that's kind of like, you ain't with nothing, Dakota. That I'm always pushing back against people who are like, oh, the wrestling, they still do that because whatever you liked and now you don't like or you've moved on, you just think it died when you stop liking it. That's how selfish we are as humans. That's just part of our ego and our thing. Thank you, Paul. I always think about. See, that's what makes me one of the most interesting human beings you know. Yeah, Matt. Here it goes. I had the Batman color form set. Yo, you gotta go cop up. Shogun, I'm sending you this. You don't need to go to Dollar Tree. Yeah, Billy Bob, that might be it. So, okay, for you guys who don't know what this is, so color forms were they were kind of themed, like you might get like Scooby Doo or Batman, like Matt said, or something like that. And what happens is you get a play set. So, oh, I took it out already. So this is kind of like a shiny card. Hold on, there you go. Look at that, yo! And you know what? Shout out to whatever artist team drew this stuff and didn't get credit for it. I know how y'all do things over there, Marvel. But look at that. That's hot, right? So you get a play set, and then next you get decals, right? What is this? Okay, so here's Avengers. I hope there's some bad guy. No, they're all Avengers. Come on, y'all. There's nothing but Avengers on here making poses. See, they messed up. I need to be on the team. You need like some people to beat up. You need like Whirlwind or the Living Laser or something. Who are they beating up? They're just posing. So okay, so then you take this, right? So you take off, see your Hulk, you see your man? You ready? Boom. They just stick on. So they're like little pieces of vinyl. Oh, is that Thanos? Okay, hold on. Here's Thanos. Right? So we'll put Thanos right. Well, I gotta make sure the force. Look at that. Yeah, there's no bad guys. Suze, it's just Thanos, and they're all going the same direction. Well, there's little pew pews. That's cool. Hold on, they got a here's here's Loki. Loki's like so small, I didn't even see him. All right, so yeah, there you go. So just imagine you're 6 years old and you stop at the Save a Lot, and you're like, "Oh, mom, can I get a color form?" Yeah, ugh, right? Yeah, like yes. And Matt says, "See, we're all we're all way too savvy for this stuff." And Dakota's already on the hunt. Amazon is Jurassic Park color forms. Life is good. Yes. So yeah, Shogun, they're not fighting them. They're all like jumping at the camera. Like who's throwing these cars? So then on the back is another scene. Well, there's two. This looks like wow, like like scorched earth, New York. And then there's like a that's kind of cool. Like a this would be a good Spider-Man one. Like it's like kind of like a blurry action scene. And then when you're done, you guys, you just you just you just pull it off, pause, and put it somewhere else. This is hours of fun. This was hours of fun, and this is when we used to use our imagination, right? That's when I say all that really. Like, oh, hold on. Oh no, it's three stickers of heroes. So also, just to let you know, they had another one. They got your boy Peter Pizarker up in here. Yeah, I think they did have sports ones. And I don't think did I open this? All right, let's see what this one's about. So here's this nice cityscape. That's cool. Again, shout out to whoever's drawing this stuff is not getting credit. See, they messed this one up because they got like effects on it. Who needs that? But this is the most important stuff. Let's see what kind of stickers are in here. And there was another thing, and I can never remember the name because if I could, I would go get them. They weren't color forms, but it was kind of the same idea. I think they were like they were rubbing transfers where you would get like a backing, and then you would get kind of like the same things, but you would take off the onion paper off of the back of it, and you would put it down on the scene and rub it down, and then it was there. And I had a lot of those. They had a lot of like the Battle of Midway or like World War II battle scenes, and you would like rub down the explosions. Does anybody in the chat remember what those are called? I used to love those. And when I got my Easter basket, they'd be full of those things. I'm good. Yes, that's the code. Presto Magic was my whole childhood. Oh, big pause. Presto Magic. Please, somebody go find me some Presto Magic. I will go lay on my stomach in the living room and be in there all day. I didn't need a television. And this is kind of well, not the last bastion because they're still making this stuff of imagination. You would just sit there and make yo, Jeff, what's up? He's here. Let's start it over. Let's just press reset. So let's see what's going on. Jeff, do you see us talking about color forms? So in the Spider-Man set, oh, at least they have Venom. There's Venom. That's cool. This little, you see this guy? That's a cool one right there. And then there's lots of Spider Menses. There's Doc Ock, Green Goblin. See, this one works. Even got Spidey sense. See, this is a winner. They got Mandarin. See my power. So for Mizzle Kisses Mark Manley and I Call Shogun, you are going to get a Nod Prize and some color forms. Thank you for playing tonight. Rub it down. Oh no! Very cool. They have a G.I. Joe Presso Magic. I don't need more stuff. But I thought, man, what a great thing for Gen X Hour. How could I not cop these? And guys, aren't you enjoying this? Did I not just give you the thrill of a lifetime for this hour? This is worth your fortnight. Every other Thursday, you're like, is it Thursday yet? Wait a minute, is it next Thursday yet? You know how important Coffee Break with JN is in your lives. That's right, no pressure, Duke. Go get it, cop it. So hold on, but Duke's not a big GI Joe fan. Like I put that on Duke, but if I'm speaking out of turn, but because his name is Duke, I like to say GI Joe things at him. Like maybe Duke, your Duke is like John Wayne Duke. Who knows? Shrinky Digs in the house. Eternity forever. Yo, sip of coffee for eternity. Yo, let's get a sippers up, guys. Get your sippers up. And I don't know where the time goes, you guys. I've been having so much fun. Sip of coffee for eternity forever. What will we do without you, my friend? All right. So I talked about this last time. So the GI Joe Kickstarter, which is still going, I think there's a couple, make a couple days left. This is a Skybound John, which I believe they have the GI Joe license, and Larry Hama, who I've been trying to get on a pencil to pencil. We're friends on Facebook. Come on, Larry, just look at my message. They're collecting all of the Marvel GI Joe issues in 4 hardbound compendium omnibuses that also come in like some sort of like vessel. That sounds fantastic. I'm a giant GI Joe guy. I figured that, dude. I still gotta fight you on that, man. I love those GI Joe dudes with the helicopter hand. Okay, I'm getting off topic. So the GI Joe Kickstarter. So there's 4 hardcovers, and they're thick. They're like pause. So you can either get the blue cover ones, which are GI Joe, it's like Snake Eyes and Stalker and Duke and Scarlet on the ends, or Cobra, which is Cobra Commander, Destro, and Baroness. And Destro, I think. They are $300. They're one of the things is sold out. It's $600, and you get both the blue and the red ones. It's the same thing inside. I guess people think they're going to flip them. I don't know. I'm really I would say I would be tempted. Like I'm already, in therapy over the classified toys because it's GI Joe June. I told you that already. And everybody's thinking that they're going to drop the Cobra Rattler classified HasLab at San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get everything, Ronaldo. Yo, Christopher, good to see you. I love you, Jeff. I know you got me, but I still got to talk my talk. But it's enticing. It's very enticing. But I think as the kids like to say these days, whatever it is, that GI Joe Kickstarter got me in a chokehold. It's got me like. So Yeah, Dakota, put a G.I. Joe thing in your Kickstarter. Oh no, man, it's bad. Even well, the digital version, that's not a bad thing, but it's 125. I don't know if they have a backer kit for you Kickstarter people who know your way around a Kickstarter. Sometimes a lot of people just like throw in a couple of bucks and just like step back, and then once the thing is over, they're in. They're like in the door, and then later they can go in and pick something. Just so you don't feel like I don't. My FOMO is tingling. I don't really think I want to do this, but at the same time, I don't want to not support it. So that's always an option. But I don't know if they're doing a backer kit for this. All right, guys. I'm kind of running out of time, but I got stuff to do. I got to do my Sue's pose. Suzanne Ringo, report to the dance floor. We have business to attend to. Suze, are you present? And I hope you guys enjoyed tonight. We're still got a little time left, but we're going to wrap this up because I feel like this is going a little long lately. Pause. Yeah, y'all working it out. I love. Yeah, that's right. Duke Nakota and the P and Dubs have a Kickstarter going on right now. Put it in the chat, why don't you? All right, you know what it is. Susan's reported for duty. You know what this is. All right, you guys. It's time for the Sue's pose. You know what to do. We're gonna dip tonight. Where's my journal? Yo, did I delete it? I can't. I couldn't have done that. Okay. All right, you ready? Let's go. I put, I put my hand upon your hip. I'm totally ADHD right now. I put my hand upon your chip, then I dip, you dip, we dip. Sue's pose. Freeze frame, Sue's pose, freeze frame. I love it. Yeah, Billy Bob was ready. Ready. Yo, Bonesaw is ready. I love it. Yeah, see, tell him, Carlos. You remember that? Yeah, Magna Doodle. Wooly Willy. Wooly Willy is a Wooly Wooly what's a Wooly Willy? Took Lord Jamar's sneakers in Brand Nubia. Yeah, those crackheads, man. Come on, y'all. Y'all try to get me canceled. You guys, how could I do this without you? We're a dying breed. I already said the Gen X, we go back so far. We're like three, 4 generations down. People don't understand that we died for your sins, Generation Alpha. We rode in cars that did not have seatbelts. We You might have had a lot of siblings, and maybe you got to be old with less of them because they fell out the back of the station wagon. Because you rode in the way back, and that little hatch window was down. You crawl right out of that. What happened to Ricky? Ricky ain't make it. Ricky didn't make it. You see kids, you young kids who learn how to ride a bike wearing a helmet. We have helmets. You learn how to roller skate. You did not have all this protection. You had none of that. Pour some out for Ricky. Ricky ain't make it. And the Buick Continental, there was no like. It was just a couch. It finally got me, you guys. I was going so long without touching that button pause. It got me. It's been a while. That's right. You have all the beatings that you can handle. Ronaldo says, "You learned if a stunt would hurt by having your little brother train." Oh no. Yeah, Jeff, that's scary. 1981 is as close to 2024 as it is in 1938. That's real. Christopher is real. Cinder blocks and play. Yo, can you jump this? Yo, man, set it out. We're jumping bikes. You know what I'm saying? That's real. So you got to give us Gen Xers our credit because we figured this stuff out. Did you ever? They didn't even Clorox wipes weren't even invented. And I was just saying to my cousin today, we was in the arcade heavy. Tell him, Carlos, did you ever put on hand sanitizer before you went into Spaceport? Before you went into Zounds on Chestnut Street? No. They'd be lined up down the block to play Galaxian. You wasn't going, oh, hold on, I need to like wash my hands first. The kid before you was like wiping his whole hand on his face and like up his nose, and then he'd get on the sticks. We were fine. We were fine. All right, you guys, I'm gonna start wrapping this up. That's right. You got to do the general Eeyore. And we liked it. All right, guys, I'm gonna start wrapping this up. That's right. Your shirt was a hand sanitizer, or your whole forearm. Right, and it made us the loving people we are today. Well, see, because our whole things are messed up now. Mark got them hot bars, man. Mark says I ain't washed my hands once between 73. All right, you guys, hold on before we go. Before we go, I know we got to wrap this up. Before we go, I can't leave. I got business to attend to. You guys, I have to show you this. You probably saw this already because well, I've been like hitting people over my Facebook. I'm not even messing with Instagram right now because I just don't like my people are already in Facebook because I'm old, right? Gen Xers. Let let the other mutants have Instagram. I'm good with Facebook. I know it's the same. It's a different wing on the same bird. I get that. But I wanted to show. I shared this. I want to share this with you. Look at that. So in the middle of this week, I got on an airplane. I went to Columbus, Ohio. And I went to Columbus, Ohio because I was booked to do a keynote at an education conference in Columbus, Ohio. And people were trying to roast me on Facebook because the screen is so big and my name is so big. Yes, exactly. Y'all got to live with that. It is what it is. And I told a whole auditorium full of educators how important comic books were and how important graphic novels are. And if you're somebody on the fence, because they exist, you guys, even though everybody loves this stuff, not everybody loves this stuff. And there's a lot of teachers and educators and people who are going like, ugh, I'm so sick of this stuff. Why do the dog man, ugh. And I broke down how comics work. And I made it engaging and fun. And I did a lot of JN, whatever you love about JN, I put that into the love of this presentation. And I also said, there's not a lot of people that do what I do. Do you think anybody else that you know on Facebook could do coffee break with JM besides me? I don't think so. So let's call it what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, I put it all out there and, I've been hustling as long as, we've been at this almost 30 years, y'all. I didn't roll out of bed and just say, oh, here's a Leon book from Scholastic. No, man, we've been in these streets. And this kind of stuff pays off. The fact that even these people were like, hey, we saw you at the last thing. Will you please come to? He'll never come to Ohio. Yeah. When do you need me? Right. You got to do the thing. You got to do the work. Whatever it is, you have to do the work. And the work speaks for itself. October 1st, Leon, Worst Friends Forever comes out. I'm so proud of this book, you guys. It's some of my best work. If you read Leon Extraordinary, you know what's going on. It's not 272 pages of Leon hitting a superpose. There's some strong themes in here. There's some great stuff in there. And it even gets better in this one. I just turned in my scripts for book 3, guys, because this is what I do. This is my job. I can't wait for you guys to get invested in this. And if you're still on the fence, correct your actions, fix your face. Right? Put in that work, Billy Bob. See, Paul Pate, it is what it is. Like, why am I was in a giant auditorium. And what is it to at that point to go, my name is Martin Nicholas? You got to be bold. There's no more half stepping. It is what it is. I'm not my final form, but this is what it is. And I will proudly tell anybody that I got here doing things my way, right? This is what we're doing. So I can't do this stuff without you. Leon, Worst Friends Forever. If you've already pre-ordered it, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Pre-order it again. If you got shorties in your neighborhood, get a couple of them and leave them on their stoop. I'm changing lives, y'all, and you're here with me doing the same. I can't do this without you. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. That's right. Get up off of that thing. Thank you, Nakota. See, because there's a million people who do what I do. I'm not the best cartoonist. I'm not the flashiest. I don't draw Wolverine the bat, whatever. I do what I do, and I do it really well. And I'm very proud of that, and I'm not ashamed of it. You know what I'm saying? So also a big part of me is you get me, right? And you get the work. That's a twofer. That's right. I did it my way. That's right. Tell El Jabal, get the hardcover, get the soft cover, get the album, single, CD, and tape. You get Kenny Bunkport, and you get Jamar Nicholas, your best friend. Thank you guys so much. Guys, let's go home. Tell them, you guys. Tell them, Sue. All the shorties in my neighborhood getting volume 2 for Christmas. That's what we're doing. I'm saying. So, it's not bad, Billy Bob. So, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you in another fortnight. I'm not exactly sure about Pencil to Pencil. Maybe we'll be back. I have some things to attend to, but we'll see. But in another fortnight, I'll be here. If you loved what we did here tonight, I kind of do it all the time on my Patreon. You should consider joining. For the price of a dirty armpit Philadelphia median pretzel, you could get JN in your mailbox all week long. You know the programming. You get It Ain't Hard to Tell or Bodega Voltron with my man Mike Hawthorne. Yes, that Mike Hawthorne. Superstar comic book artist, longest running Deadpool artist, Mike Hawthorne. Batman, Mike Hawthorne. Wonder Woman, Mike Hawthorne. We cut it up and have a Ask Me Anything Q&A every 2 weeks. We just hit episode 105. That's a lot of content and much more. What else do I got to do at this point, you guys? I don't know what else to do for you. All right, you guys, that's it. I'm out. Say goodnight, John Boy. We did the thing. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Eternity. Good to see you. Thank you for the new people. I don't know if you've stayed along, but what are you going to do? Yes. Dustin Sorrow, go pick that up. Yo, I guess you can't put it in the thing, but put it in the thing. Good night, guys. I love you all. All right, let's do the thing. Tell him, Billy Bob. Billy Bob, I'm so glad you became part of this. You're great. All right. You've been watching Coffee Break with JN with your boy JN. And we chopped it up. These are starting to run long, you guys. I don't know what happened. But I can't stop myself. You enjoyed the color forms. You love the Presto Magic. But parting is so sweet, such sweet sorrow. As a Philadelphia in good standing, and a John enthusiast, I have many names. Some of my favorite names are PM John, Paper Doll, Johnny Five, Johnny Five, Johnny Five. How do you feel? I feel alive. And as always, John Cena, and your internet best friend and hairbrusher. What happened here tonight? You got to hang out with me and my caffeines. You know who you are, caffeines, friends and regulars of Coffee Break with JN. And we kicked it off real nicely. But now, parting is such sweet sorrow. Now that I've ran my mouth, I have drunk my coffee, and that means see you in a fortnight.